All right, we're good. I talked about all this, right? Talked about education, medical advances, all the new wonderful inventions, refrigerators, and then we talked about really having discretionary income, right? Which is really nice. Having discretionary income at the end of the month where you have money left over to spend, and Americans love to be entertained, right? And then we produce some incredible entertainers. Yes? Whether it's sports or music, dancing, movies, all this stuff, Hollywood. I mean, people went to the movies a lot, okay? I go to the movies quite a bit, and as you guys know, I like movies. But usually I only go to movies that I really want to see in the theater. You're probably the same way. Yeah, it's Hollywood is interesting. It's changed quite a bit. But so we talked about 27 Yankees. Damn Yankees are good again. Okay, they're going to make the playoffs. Excuse my French, but I was quoting from the name of a play. There's a play called The Damn Yankees.
Are you for the Yankees?
No, I'm a White Sox fan.
Oh. So
I go White Sox. Chi Sox.
Oh, see, I can't see.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Yeah. Pale Hose. It's a nickname like White Sox, Pale Hose.
Oh, that's terrible.
Isn't it?
Why is that terrible?
Or the Chi Sox, Chicago Sox. You know, instead of the Bo Sox, the Chi Sox. Okay. And they're going to make the playoffs for the first time in 12 years. Okay. Oh, just to touch up on Lindbergh a little bit. I mentioned how he just became an international hero. I mean, he was famous everywhere. And Coolidge was president by this time, and he flew over there. He didn't fly back. Okay. So they wanted to bring him back, and they wanted to dispatch the Navy to go get him. Okay. And Coolidge was like, I really don't want to spend the money to go get this guy and bring him back, because Coolidge didn't like spending money. But they did. And then they brought him back. And have you heard of ticker tape parades? Okay, so I'm glad I'm here for you. Okay. There's a big celebration. So like after the end of World War II, World War I, soldiers coming into New York, they held huge ticker tape parades. They throw confetti out the windows and stuff like that. I think they said there were something like 21 tons of confetti that fell during this ticker tape parade for Lindbergh. Thankfully, all 21,000 tons didn't land on him at the same time, right? That would have killed him. But no, it was that was supposed to be funny. All right. So yeah, it's quite a feat. All right, first person to fly across the Atlantic, New York to Paris. Who's this guy? Henry Ford, okay? And Henry is going to mass produce the automobile, okay? Now, remember when we first had factories, they were steam and coal-powered factories, right? And now by the 1920s, we have electricity running these instead of like burning the furnace, to do it. And they are going to mass produce radios, refrigerators, planes, automobiles, all the stuff we talked about by the millions. And this is a name that might have come up last year in your class, and that's Frederick W. Taylor. He is an efficiency pioneer. Okay, he wrote this book, The Principles of Scientific Management, a better way to be more efficient in the factory. Okay, because the more efficient you are, the more money you make. Yes? Okay, so a lot of these principles were put in place by the industrialists on Frederick W. Taylor. Okay? You guys learned about interchangeable parts last year in history, okay? So you take the interchangeable parts and then you build the assembly line, and boy, you are cooking, all right? The time it took to assemble a Model T went from 14 hours to assemble a car, seems pretty fast, to 93 minutes to assemble an automobile. Okay, that is the impact of the assembly line and interchangeable parts and the efficiency of the factory. Okay, which one came first, Model T or the Model A? This is Model T, right? Model T was the first one. Ford took a huge gamble. He's in Detroit here. He shut down Ford Auto manufacturing for 6 months to retool the whole factory to make the Model A. Okay, and then he sold millions of them. So it was a big gamble to shut down for 6 months, but it paid off. Okay, and of course Ford is still around today. By 1925, one car was rolling off the assembly line every 10 seconds. So you had different auto manufacturers. Okay, the video kind of shows that. I mean, you got these different ones that kind of survive, and some of them don't. Some of them make it a few years and it's over. You guys have heard of Pontiac? Okay, you do have one. They're not making them anymore. No more Pontiacs. Okay, but they've been around for a long time. I drove a Bonneville for a few years. Pontiacs. What do you have?
G8.
Little 40, little coupe type thing. So one thing you got to worry about in the future is finding parts for that car. Okay. So yeah. All right. Now we're producing all these goods. Obviously, the economy is going to improve, right? More people are going to have jobs. People can afford this stuff. Now we got to figure out a way to sell it. Okay. So we see an explosion in the area of advertising. Okay, the amount of money that was spent on advertising before World War I was about $1 billion. That shot up to $3 billion by 1929. So what kind of advertising? Newspapers, magazines, billboards, direct mail, and of course radio. This is a 1922 radio here. Okay, some billboards and a magazine. Guys, advertising obviously has changed a lot today, even in the last few years. So direct mail, we still get that, right? You get all that crap in the mail, coupons and all that, right? Newspapers, if you even get one. How many of you guys still get the paper at your house? Oh, that's okay. It's more than I figured it would be. I still do. I've considered dropping it many, many times. Magazines, which are kind of going by the wayside too, right? A lot of those are going out of print and just going online. Billboards are obviously a big thing still. Radio. A lot of people don't listen to the radio. Amy. Now we have TV, right? We get bombarded with TV ads and then the internet. Okay? And the masters of the universe, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, right? Masters of the universe. They're tracking us, right? They're tracking. So if you're looking to buy something like, I remember last year I was looking for a new baseball belt for my uniform because I like to have a leather one, okay, instead of the cheap little elastic one. I did a Google search for them. Next thing you know, I'm watching YouTube and there's ads on the side for belts, right? Then I start getting emails. Like, what the hell? These people are following me. Yes? So advertising's really changed. Now, if you look at advertising, a lot of it's going to compass around 4 things. I actually have a degree in marketing, in business marketing. And so ads are not just trying to sell you the product, trying to sell you something with it, an idea, okay, like comfort. So from mouthwash to Mercedes-Benz, These are some of the things you're going to find, okay? With Mercedes-Benz, comfort, health with the mouthwash, beauty with both, and status, Mercedes, okay? One that I don't have up here is sex. It says sex sells, right? So you put sexy, good-looking people in the ads and stuff like that. It's going to help sell. Calvin Klein. Selling underwear. This is big, guys. Buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later. So by 1928, America's owed more than $1 billion on automobiles. We still are very good at this. Okay? Now we have credit cards. When I was growing up, you can ask maybe your mom, maybe your grandma, they didn't have MasterCard and Visa. So you had a credit card for JCPenney. You had a credit card for Sears. You had a credit card for Kohl's. You had a credit card for Dillard's. Okay? So you would get credit cards specifically for those stores. My mom would have, a purse full of credit cards. Okay? Now we have MasterCard, Visa, and you can use credit on anything. Okay? Now this is I got a video down here. What's going on down here? Should we see what this is? Down here, you see that? Oh, I don't know what this is. It's pulling up. Must be something good. Or maybe not. What the heck?
First, some people make a video of their account.
All right. Well, let's talk about this. Guys, this is an economic indicator for the Great Depression. Okay? Between 1918 and 1929, wages went up 26%. Is that good? That's good, right? People making money. Production went up 40%. So what begins to happen is we're producing so much stuff because wages are not keeping pace with production. There's oversupply. Yes? So stuff begins to sit on the store shelves. Model A's begin to sit at the lot, at the car lot where they're selling them, okay? So what do they say? They call the factory and tell the factory what? Slow down. Slow down. We got too much crap. So what's the factory going to have to do? In order, when it slows down, it's going to have to do what? It's going to have to lay people off or cut wages. Okay, now you have fewer people to buy what? The products that are been built. Can you see how this could go south pretty quick? Okay, this is one of the causes of the Great Depression. The wages did not keep pace with productivity. Okay, now one way we've gotten around that in this country, and I know it's pretty simple to figure out, is we've shipped our manufacturing overseas, where it can be built cheaper than here. So even that's what's allowed us for wages in this country to be stagnant for like decades. But cost prices go down because of foreign labor. Follow me on that? So I don't know if that's a good thing. We talked about this, protectionism versus free trade. This is something that we really have to think about in this country, what we want. Are you willing to pay $3,000 for an iPhone, knowing that it's made in the United States and creates a whole bunch of jobs? Because not only do you have the people that are assembling the phone, making the parts